Welcome to The Know, I'm Ashley Jenkins. The launch of PS4 Pro today should mark a cause for celebration among the 4K loving technophiles out there, but turns out things aren't going to be quite so smooth for fans of Skyrim. According to a new in-depth analysis from Digital Foundry, the game actually runs worse on Sony's newly upgraded console than it did on the old and busted PS4. Their study revealed that the game, which runs at a true native 4K rather than a checkerboard 2160p, does provide a clear upgrade on the Pro in terms of raw visuals. However, it suffers from performance problems, often dropping frames. Digital Foundry writes, in like-for-like situations, the PS4 Pro game sees a 2 to 3 FPS deficit, resulting in more noticeable stutter compared to the title running on the standard PS4 console. They go on to say that the experience doesn't feel quite as smooth when running at 4K. Now, for those of you worried this means the game is absolutely rubbish, Digital Foundry does note that it wasn't a deal breaker and the game certainly looks great. It's just not what you would be hoping for in the experience, since the last generation game runs so smoothly on its PS4 and Xbox counterparts and not on the new expensive console, which is a bit of a bummer, but not a killer. But fear not, PS4 Pro faithful, because we're getting more details all the time about new games that are going to be supported and how. Today we learned that Final Fantasy XV will receive a PS4 Pro update that targets an upscaled 1080p 60 FPS mode as well as a 4K 30 FPS mode when it launches later this month. Meanwhile, The Last Guardian is getting an update that brings that game up to 4K along with some minor performance improvements. We'll have to see just how these updates and others run when both of those games, which we've been waiting on for a combined 18 years by the way, finally come out. That super long wait for The Last Guardian makes it even crazier that Jeff Keighley had his hands on the first copy of the game in the world. That lucky bastard! He bragged about it on Twitter this week. Well, he was nice about it. He congratulated Fumito Ueda on shipping the game, and he's like really sweet. But why wasn't it me? Moving on, we've learned way more about Mass Effect Andromeda from various reports this week than we did in the game's actual trailer. One of the more interesting developments comes from Game Informer's December issue, which indicates that Mass Effect Andromeda is not, in fact, the start of a new trilogy of games. Creative director Mac Walters discussed the story of Andromeda, saying BioWare wants it to be a single contained tale rather than the start of a saga. He said, "At the end of this, we want it to feel like a story has completed." Producer Michael Gamble also described the game's story as, quote, different, adding, "This is a different type of story, so it will be something different than the trilogy. We can't wait to hear what fans think." BioWare did say, however, that they want to tell more stories from within the Andromeda galaxy. From the sound of it, they may be going the route of Dragon Age here, with each story picking up from a different character. Certain big decisions play out across games, maybe hopefully better than Dragon Age, since you had to go to the website and put in your stuff to try and carry your information to Inquisition. Kind of messy, so if they can do better, that would be great. But they won't chain all the stuff together into something that can't possibly live up to the hype. Or that's the theory. So it seems the big lesson they learned from the last trilogy's ending might have been, don't ever do that shit again. Or, don't be ambitious. The gaming industry started rumbling last weekend with rumors that CD Projekt RED might be preparing to fend off a hostile takeover after they scheduled a special shareholder meeting about how to protect themselves from that exact situation. And fortunately, that rumor has been laid to rest. The company said in a statement this week that the proposal is not a reaction to any current events affecting CD Projekt. Rather, it is meant as insurance against future hypothetical scenarios, which may never materialize. They went on to say they wanted to give minority shareholders a means to safeguard from bigger investors who basically just wanted to ruin the company with bad business ideas. So for now, it seems one of the industry's top developers is still in control of their own destiny, and that's great news. And Ubisoft is probably kicking themselves for not doing something similar. But hey, at least they are providing a lesson for CD Projekt. In a bit of entertainment news, we've got quite a bit of new information regarding SpiderMan Homecoming, namely that Peter Parker actor Tom Holland is signed on to play the web-slinger in 4 more films for Marvel. Holland confirmed this in an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, saying that he'd signed on for 6 films total. With Homecoming wrapping and Civil War already out, that leaves 4 other appearances, for those counting at home, for Holland's contract, meaning we'll most likely see him in both of the upcoming Infinity War movies, plus 2 other solo films, or potentially as an appearance in someone else's solo film. We'll see exactly how it breaks out. In addition to that, Marvel producer Kevin Feige confirmed in a separate interview with the Toronto Sun that Michael Keaton, yes, Birdman himself, although I guess before that he was Beetlejuice, and was it before that he was Batman, or was he Beetlejuice and then Batman? Beetlejuice then Batman? Thanks, Caden. Either way, he's been a lot of really cool shit. Now he's also gonna be Vulture in SpiderMan Homecoming. The internet sort of already guessed that much and has been rumoring it for months, but it's nice to get actual confirmation every now and then of all of our rumors. Now we just have to deal with, you know, Birdman and Vulture memes for God knows how long. It's gonna be a running thing for him. He's gonna be typecast. Oh God, he'll only ever be a bird. Wait, was he in the birdcage? Everyone's still wondering about the Nintendo Switch's potential library of games. Got some reason to celebrate just a little bit this week. Nintendo insider Laura Dale is reporting that Switch is indeed going to be getting a Smash Bros. Wii U port in 2017. According to the report, Smash Bros. For Nintendo Switch won't be arriving on launch day, but it should arrive within the first 6 months. As such, Nintendo is delaying the Bayonetta and Cloud amiibo to debut alongside the port's release. Smash Bros. Now joins a number of other Wii U games with rumored Switch ports like Splatoon, Mario Kart, and Super Mario Maker. Really, they're just gonna port the entire library over so you can throw your Wii U out and hopefully buy a Switch with the exact same library that you already have. Why wouldn't you? It's a winning proposition. Unfortunately, we still have to wait another 2 months to get actual confirmation of that from Nintendo, since they're not talking till January. So until then, we'll just keep enjoying all these leaks we're getting. However, one thing Nintendo is officially announcing this week is the actual death of the Wii U. After months of rumors that Nintendo would be stopping production on the struggling system ahead of Switch's launch next year, and they even denied those rumors as recently as last week, the company bit the bullet and confirmed that what we all knew to be true. On their official Japanese website, they've listed the only 2 Wii U models for sale in Japan, with a note that production will be ending soon. It's basically what Eurogamer reported would happen last week, with multiple sources confirming. As of September, Nintendo has moved less than 14 million of the consoles worldwide, and that's just about where the number's gonna die once production stops. After the massive success of the Wii, which moved around 101 million, Nintendo no doubt expected a whole lot more from their follow-up. Hopefully for them, the Switch proves to be as big of a hit with gamers as the early trailer suggests. So, farewell Wii U, you were certainly a thing. What do you guys think of the news from today's roundup? Let us know in the comments, and for more news from every corner of the internet, like this video and subscribe to The Know. I have 2 Wii U's. And then I was mad because the Legend of Zelda one came out that was super duper cute with all the little designs on it. And I already had 2 and I couldn't justify a 3rd. Also, all the bullshit with your Nintendo account that you can have like one Nintendo account on it. They need to fix that shit. If the Switch is like that, we riot.